Did you know that the average American family spends about $270 per week on groceries, but this can jump to over $331 for families with children? Now, compare that to the average monthly food stamp, SNAP benefit, about $177 per person and $332 per household. Households with children get a higher average of $574 per month, while a one person senior household receives about $188 per month. The gap is staggering, and it's a reality millions face every single day. Forget the memes and the jokes you see online. This is bigger than a punchline. This is about real people, real families, and real consequences. When it comes to food security, the stakes couldn't be higher. Let's break down what actually happens if food stamps, officially known as SNAP, disappear overnight. During government shutdowns, these benefits are often the first to be threatened. Millions of Americans rely on SNAP to get by, and when the government stalls, so does their access to food. Imagine waking up one morning to find out your EBT card doesn't work, and there's no word on when or if it will again. The uncertainty spreads fast. People start to panic, rumors fly through neighborhoods and social media. Will the government really let families go hungry? Could there be chaos in the streets if benefits vanish? It's not just a hypothetical. When people can't feed their kids, desperation sets in, and desperate people do desperate things. Some critics like to claim that folks on food stamps are living large, taking advantage of the system. But let's get real for a second. On average, SNAP provides about $177 per person and $332 per household each month. Households with children receive a higher average of $574 per month, while a one person senior household gets about $188 per month. These amounts vary by state and depend on household income, size, and other factors. $300 a month doesn't buy steak dinners or luxury foods. For most families, it barely covers the basics: bread, milk, eggs, maybe some fresh produce if you're lucky. Every trip to the store is a careful calculation, a balancing act between what you need and what you can actually afford. The reality is, food stamps are a lifeline, not a luxury. For millions, they mean the difference between a full stomach and going to bed hungry. And when that lifeline is threatened, the consequences ripple out. Kids struggle to focus in school, parents skip meals so their children can eat, and entire communities feel the strain. So what happens if the help stops? Do we just sit back and accept scraps, hoping things will get better on their own? Or do we push back, raise our voices, and demand action? History tells us that when people are pushed to the brink, they don't stay quiet for long. When food insecurity hits, communities come together. We've seen it before. Neighbors sharing what little they have, volunteers stepping up to fill the gaps, and people taking to the streets to demand justice. But it shouldn't have to come to that. No one should have to fight just to eat. Starving people don't stay quiet. When the government fails to protect its most vulnerable, the pressure builds. Protests erupt, voices rise, and the demand for change becomes impossible to ignore. The question is, are our leaders ready for that kind of drama? Are we as a society prepared to face the consequences of letting millions go hungry? This isn't just about politics, it's about survival. It's about making sure that every person, no matter their background or income, has the right to eat. It's about holding our leaders accountable and refusing to accept hunger as a fact of life in one of the richest countries in the world. So, what can you do? Stay informed, talk to your community, share resources, check in on your neighbors, and don't be afraid to speak up when you see injustice. The more we know, the stronger we are together. Don't fall for fear, but don't ignore reality either. The threat is real, but so is our power to make a difference. By staying alert and connected, we can push back against policies that hurt the most vulnerable among us. Let's demand better from our leaders and from ourselves. No one should have to go hungry just because politicians can't get it together. Together, we can build a system that works for everyone, not just the lucky few. The fight for food justice starts with all of us. Let's make sure nobody gets left behind.